Hi, it's I'm Thrifty Tim, and it's Saturday morning, so it must be time for Saturday morning with Thrifty Tim. This is a stream I do every other Saturday at this time. And hi James, you're showing up already. Yes, so this is so and uh, there's not all the cartoons on Saturday mornings anymore, like when I was a kid, and many of you others. So why not just spend some time on Saturday morning with me? Uh, and of course, I'll have others up here too in a little bit. But uh, before, and I apologize for the 2 weeks ago. I was half awake when I was setting it up on StreamYard, and I accidentally hit for it to go to my BookTube channel instead of my Final Community channel. And so, and I found out about it, something was wrong thanks to Calvin, and he texted me. And so took me a little bit to figure it out, and when I did figure it out, I did do a post on this channel here. So today I made sure I did hit that one for my Vinyl Community channel. Well, also during last weekend I was spinning records for spinning into New Year. Of course, it didn't last so long. Most of the days as I did have in the past, because my wife was on me spend some time with her, but I still did get a lot of spinning done. Then and during the week, I'll start show you what I've spun right now. Okay. First up is a record that I was sent for my birthday by Calvin Boaz. That's Nelson Shotgun Willie. This is a record store day release of it. I didn't have the original album, but it's a 2 LP set, so it has extra versions of some of the songs and stuff, and I really enjoyed the album. Then he sent me a Christmas present too, which it really blew me away. This is the Moody Blues live at the BBC, 1967 through 1970. This is on Durham Records. It's a 3 LP set, and oh, hi, Calvin. Yeah, Calvin's finally off. He had to work so much that last month he told me he had to work they worked 27 days last month. Like he even had to work on Christmas. But this is a 3 LP set that's from sessions that they did from like that. They did on the BBC like that for some appearances they've made and stuff. And it's pretty good too. There's a lot of the songs are repeated on there, but you can tell differences between each. And then after that, I spun ABBA Arrival, and of course this one has the song "Big Hit Dancing Queen" on it. It also has "When I Kiss a Teacher" and "Money, Money, Money." And knowing me, knowing you, those are the better known ones of that one. Okay, this next one is Mike Pinder, The Promise. Mike Pinder was original keyboard player for the Moody Blues, and this was like his first or second solo album after leaving the Moody Blues. And it's a gatefold. I like this front cover though on here, and then it shows. And there weren't any. He didn't have any hits or anything off this one, so. But I still like that album. And of course, here's one that a lot of people know. Uriah Heep, Demons and the Wizards. I keep getting those turned around. Of course, this has that. This has Easy Living on it, but it's a good album all the way through. Okay, this is Three Dog Night Naturally, and I see the cover is falling apart on here. I can't remember the songs on here. It's not listing the tracks on there. Well, if I remember right, this is the one with Joy to the World on it, and but this is a real good album also. It's from the 70s. Then there was Helen Reddy album. This is Song for Jeffrey. I think she's originally from like Australia or something, and went to Canada, and then she had a big singing career, and she did some acting also. And on here she does a cover of Jim Croce's "I Got a Name," and the songs that it's first off here is "You're My Home," "Keep on Singing," and "You and Me Against the World." Next one is New Riders of the Purple Sage. This is a project that was started as a side project for Jerry Garcia of the Grateful Dead, and the group's been took off on their own. He posted too many of the albums after this one. But this is their first album. And to let you know, I was going to show these different Facebook group that I had started years ago, but I haven't done much for a few years. But then I decided to just put down my Facebook account that I have with talking about music, and I'm glad I did that because some of my friends from high school saw them too and stuff from high school or before. Okay, next up is Stage Fright by the band. Of course, a lot of people know this one. This is one with has the Shape I'm In and Stage Fright on it. Okay, here's the Seals and Cross album. This is Taking It Easy. This is one of their later ones. This is from the later 70s, like 77, something like that. But it did have one hit on it. It's which is You're the Love. The next is my favorite Styx album, which is Man of Miracle. This is like on the first release of it or whatever, because they had to take a song off, but change the first song of side 2 on it. And so they did a song that they had done on that earlier album. He replaced it down here because on this one, first song on side 2, they did a cover of the Knickerbockers hit Lies. And they didn't have any hits off this song, but my favorite song on here is still this last song of the album and the title track, which is Man of Miracles. You might be able to find it on YouTube. Check it out if they do have it down there, because I think you might like that song. Next one is, of course, Toys in the Attic. This is some of their 70s stuff. I don't like their stuff after that, much after the 70s, but this one, of course, has Toys in the Attic. It has Big Tenant record, Walk This Way, and Sweet Emotion are all on here. Then a TLP set that's Dan Fogelberg, The Innocent Age, and this one has the hits from For the Roses, leader of the band, had Same Old Blind Sign, and Hard to Say are all on this album. And then is Bread, the Best of Bread. So yeah, you can sit, and I guess it has most of their hits on it. Guess they put out some other albums after that. Next one is Glenn Campbell, Jump on My Mind. Of course, it has Jump on My Mind on it, and also he does a cover of Dumplin's Catch a Wind down here. And he does You're My World down here, which you might have heard. I know Stephen Smee likes he played a lot of Glenn Campbell's on his show. Does Mary in the Morning on here. He also does a cover of that Harry Nelson song Without Her. And he finishes it off with the Roy Orbison song Crying. Next one is the Four Seasons Helicon. This is a later album of theirs from this one's from 77. They didn't have any hits on this album, so but it's a gatefold. And okay, then it's Rita Coolidge, Satisfied. This one has she does One Fine Day on here. I think that's that was the most popular one on there. Okay, Paul Revere and the Raiders, the Midnight Ride, and it has the song Kicks on it. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young had Deja Vu. Of course, thought everybody knows this one. It's a classic. Okay, Paul Simon. There goes Simon. He had a lot of hits off this one. This has like American Tune on there, which is one of my favorites. One of his songs, of course. Kodachrome is another big one. that I like. Loves Me Like a Rock's on here. Okay. See if there's any that I'm missing. Yes, and it's Gatefold also. I don't know why my voice has been going away some this morning. So I hope you can hear me okay. I had turned up the input volume just to help it so you can hear me better. The Dave Clark 5 return. And they do like, can't you see that she's mine on here? And that Zippity Doo Dah. And they do a cover up on Broadway on here. Next one are the Judds, of course, a country band from the 80s, the mother and daughter team. And Naomi and Winona Judd, Winona's Dell performs. This one, on this one, they do cover of Elvis's Don't Be Cruel. And they do Turn It Loose on here. They do Cow Cow Boogie on here. And then another country album. This is Zach Davis. Texas in My Rearview Mirror, of course. The title song was a hit for him. This is one of his later albums. This is from 1980. But he also does Hooked on Music on here. Okay. The Beach Boys, Surf's Up. This is from the early 70s. It's and this is a good Beach Boys album. It doesn't really have any big hits on it, but of course they do Surf's Up on it. And okay, and okay, this one you can't see as well because cover on it. This is Mary Travers, Mary. Of course, this is she was the Mary of Peter, Paul, and Mary. And on here, she like on here, she sings some John Denver pen songs, like I guess or actually the first person I was singing John Denver actually it was Bill Danoff and Ted Nivert, who were half of the Starland Vocal Band. But they wrote songs with John Denver before they formed that band. He does John Denver's Rhymes and Reasons and Follow Me. And one that I don't recognize by him called Circus. He does a cover of Paul Simon's song For the Asking. And so, but this was their first solo album after leaving Peter, Paul, and Mary. And the last one that I did during the weekend is this one. It's Boy Brown, Hillbound Train. Of course, it's a classic album from the 70s. It's just a good old it's good old 70s rock on here. And of course, it finishes off with Hellbound Train, which is over 9 minutes long. And then there's a few that I have spun since then. I did spun Corner 4. Of course, this is the one with Jukebox Hero on it, and break it up. Urgent is on here. Then is Rod Stewart. Crap. This is okay. This is a big picture tells a story. It was slipping my mind. My memory's not always the greatest anymore. But this one is that is the one with I Know I'm Losing You, Mandolin Wind. Every picture tells a story. Maggie May, and he does Reason to Believe on here. And the last one I have here to show you is Carla Bonoff. That's Wild Heart of the Young. And this has a hit personally on it. It's from 1982. But it's a good album. Well, with that said, I'll post a link so that like James can join me, and okay, James and whoever else wants to join in. Paul said that he doesn't know whether he'll make it or not. He's doing some traveling today, so. And James, yeah, that's one of his earlier one of Paul Simon's earlier albums. James, but it has a lot of his hits on there too, and. Okay. Just about Calvin. He asked if when I went to high school, did I have to walk 3 miles in the snow barefoot and uphill both ways. Just like when I got into high school, we lived far enough away from the school where we could ride the school bus. Oh, sorry, James. I just noticed it.
Hello,
James.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you also. But I was responding to a question Calvin asked. He asked, when I went to high school, did I have to walk 3 miles in the snow barefoot and uphill both ways? Just about.
Wow.
Because
so I got a lot of cool stuff to show you guys today.
I'll bring that up in a minute. I'll finish answering Calvin's question. See, when I was in high school, we lived 3 miles away from the high school, so we could catch a school bus. But when I was in junior high, it was only a mile away. But so we had to walk to school. There were 2 busier highways in town that we had to cross doing that. And yeah, fortunately, my mom would, if it was snowing out, my mom would drive us to school if it was during a snowstorm. But some of the times they had caught off school before we got there. But okay, so you said you have plenty to show us?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to show today. Here we go.
Okay. And let me make you big and
All right. Okay. Well, first we'll start off with the Christmas gifts that I got Christmas Day, and then we'll go on to what Dave and Jen Hot Frog sent me. So it all stems down to this. I had bought these at Giant Tiger 1 and 3. So I was missing one movie. So now my Spider-Mans are complete. I have 2. And this one has the extended cut. And the extended cut of this is even better than the original theatrical cut. So now I got 1, 2, and 3. So we got those. Then I finally upgraded to Blu-ray, and this movie looks fantastic in 1080p. In HD, it looks fantastic, and it's the extended director's cut. And you would think this movie was made today, not 1973. The Exorcist.
okay.
Love this movie. I don't care what people say; it's a great movie.
I don't like horror movies, so.
Well, they say technically they don't want to call it a horror film, more like a paranormal thingy.
Yeah, I don't like paranormal either. Of course, part of it is probably stems back to when I was little. I was we were at like my grandma's or something like that, and I think one of my older cousins was babysitting us, and the Albert Hitchcock movie Birds was on TV.
That Birds movie doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Oh, it caused nightmares for me when you're little, you scare easily. So,
oh, I'm sure it would. So now, next up, we have Indiana Jones: The Complete Adventures. I'm not going to take it out of the box; it'll take too long because I got other stuff to get through. And I finally got Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Great movie. So we got that. And now, next, a few more things I got Christmas Day. And then we'll get into the stuff the Hot Frogs gave me. Oh, stupid thing. Stepping on my headphone wire. I got this magazine of the Beatles.
Okay.
So, which is pretty cool. I'll put that down there on the floor. Elvis, his changing style. It's a nice shot of him on the back. Thank you very much. I'm so glad to be on your stream today, Tim. I really like your music that you have. Thank you. And then I got this one too. Remembering Elvis, which I already have a copy of, but I don't mind having doubles. So there we go. And as you can see on my back wall, I got a Beatles calendar, and on my door to my bedroom is an Elvis calendar. So I got 2 calendars. And now we're going to get into what the Hot Frogs gave me, and you are going to be dazzled by what I got here. So first of all, we'll start with the card. It says, "Glory to God in the highest."
Okay.
Nice card.
Yeah.
There you go. And he put the coolest thing in the card. I've never seen anything like this before, Tim, and may never again. It's a souvenir thing. You would think it's real. Elvis's driver's license. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And a second one. So we got that. Then he sent me a Funko Pop. And this is an Entertainment Earth exclusive limited edition Diamond Collection Elvis 68 Comeback Special. That's pretty cool.
Before he put on weight.
Yeah, before he put on all the weight, yeah. And next, this is going to blow your mind. I think even Calvin's going to flip for this one. There's Elvis and his 1955 Cadillac Fleetwood. Look at the details on that thing. Isn't that cool? And there's the roof, the
Mhm.
back. I love it. But when I display it, it's going to stay in the box because it's worth money if you keep it in the box. So I'm going to leave it in the box so it doesn't get dust on it or anything like that. And next up, he got me this Friday the 13th t-shirt with Jason. And then next up, he got me a doormat. Okay, this is pretty cool. It's heavy trying to get it to show it without knocking things over. So we got Camp Crystal Lake Friday the 13th, the doormat. So that's pretty cool. And next up we have another shirt, which I wore yesterday, but it's kind of really cold out today, so I have to put on the longer sleeve shirt because this isn't warm. Guns N' Roses.
Okay, nice shirt.
Yeah, it is. And something I was not expecting to have, but it'll come in handy. And I hope it's easy to use. He got me a Knox Gear vinyl record washer kit.
Okay.
And that thing in the middle is where you wash it and you put the liquids in, you clean it, and then you even got the drying rack, and it'll do 45s, 78s, and 33s, and 12 inches. So that's pretty cool. And now, before we get to the pièce de résistance, we're going to take a little trip down memory lane. So, are you ready, people? Here we go. Now, I got to move something out of the way because you can't see what I want to show next because I want to save that for last. I'm building up to something here, so bear with me. So, first of all, we have Red Rose Speedway wing.
Okay.
We have that. Then next up we have don't fall over. I'm gonna fall off my chair. Come here. Okay, next up we have Band on the Run.
If I have that one.
Okay, everything's gonna fall over. You know what? It'd be just easier if I did it like this. Next up we have Venus and Mars.
Oh, my favorite of theirs.
Okay. Next up we have Wings at the Speed of Sound. Wings Over America.
If I was waiting for you to show that one.
London Town.
If I have that.
Wings Greatest.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the Egg. And then finally,
Hey, Jorgen.
Good evening.
Hey,
Good
Jorgen.
evening.
This is a half-speed master. Make me big again for a sec. There we go. I finally got Wings Wildlife.
Yeah, yours.
So now now all my Wings collection is complete. I have all their albums now.
Your cover doesn't have a bite kicking out of the corner like mine does.
No, well, it's brand new. It's on 180 gram vinyl. I'll show you the album. I'll show you the record itself here, so you can see how nice it looks. I listened to it. It sounds amazing through headphones. Here's side one. There's Paul. And then on side two, you have Linda, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's my, you can make me smile now. That's everything I got. So what do you think of that record cleaning kit?
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that.
I hope it's easy to use.
I have my own method for cleaning them. I make my own cleaning solution and stuff.
And Jorgen showed me yesterday he just uses a brush.
Yeah, I used to have a dishwasher brush and stuff. And
bad. Do you use soap and water in that too?
Most important is that you can hear the music.
Yeah. There we go. All right. I'm all good now. And nothing fell over and I didn't fall off my chair. Good. Now I just got to straighten my chair out because it's all over the place. There we go. All right. I get the dust thing, but technically it is worth more when you keep the box, not necessarily in the box. Well, I'm going to keep the Cadillac thing in the box, Calvin, because I think it just, it looks cool in the box. But that's just me. I mean, I just want to keep it in good shape. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So what's new in Jorgenland today?
As it is, what is it called? Affinity? 13 days after Christmas.
Epiphany.
Epiphany.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when the three wise men came to see the child.
Yeah, there is red days here, so I haven't been doing anything today more than edit my vinyl tag video.
Or as the Italians say, they call it Little Christmas or something like that.
13 days day it's called here.
Yeah.
So, everything is closed here more or less. So
I don't know what's open and closed here today in New Brunswick, but of course it's freezing out, so I'm not going to go outside. And
it is a little bit better today. Yesterday we had a dreadfully cold. It was in Fahrenheit it was 80 degrees.
Wow.
Well, it was snowing some this morning when I got up, but the big snowstorm here is supposed to hit Monday and Tuesday. That's one that's supposed to be making landfall up in Alaska today. And it's they estimating several inches of snow for here with the tracking of it. They're just trying to figure out how the tracking will be because that depends. And where we're at in that tracking depends on how much snow we'll get here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all those albums you showed, Tim, was there any album in there that Jorgen would drool over? There one up Jorgen's Alley.
I don't drool.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. He might like that Moody Blues one that Calvin sent me.
Ah.
And
all the Moody Blues live at the BBC. Yeah. Yeah, I think Jorgen would like that.
Yeah, I don't have that. No, I don't have it.
I don't have that one.
No, I don't either.
It looked familiar to that 68 album, but it wasn't the same. So no, I don't have that.
This one.
Yeah, I recognize it. I've seen it 9 million times here.
Oh, my favorite song is on there. My Love, My Life. And When I Kissed a Teacher.
I'm just flipping through these real quick again. Maybe this one.
I have that one.
Yep, I figured you probably have that one.
It's a good one. Not his best, but it's a really good one.
Oh, here's one that James said he's never seen.
Yeah,
I have that one
Ryman
also.
Simon.
I have that one also.
Excuse me. Hold on, let me blow my nose.
Have you Dynamite? I have no idea what that is.
It's they're pretty much an English band, like you could say blues rock band from the 70s. You probably have
I think I have that one. Is that one with urgent on it?
Yeah, that's it. So I was just showing the stuff I was spending last weekend, and then a few that I did during the week. So. And,
Hey James, if you're going to blow your nose, it's better to use nitroglycerin or a dynamite.
Really? You could hear me blowing my nose? I should have muted my mic. So, Jorgen, do you have something to show Tim?
Well, since it was a while since I was on the stream, I don't think Tim has seen most of the stuff that I got in December. Sorry.
No,
All right,
I
Tim,
haven't.
let's make him big. Let's see what he's got to show.
And I don't think you have seen either a large stack of singles that I bought at the closing of a thrift store we had here. So they costed me between $1.10 and $1.50 or something like that. So starting with Natalie Cole.
Which song is it?
I don't know what is. Somebody doesn't say here what is A or what is B, but.
But doesn't say the song on there because it's hard to see it. Bring it up a little higher. Oh, yeah, I've got Love on My Mind. Okay.
Because I have some Natalie Cole albums in my collection, so. 10cc. Oh yeah.
I don't understand the title. Amanda Fly Me. This is yet another one. I have no idea. I think this is the A side. LTD Love Ballad. This is a kind of a soul.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
A little more familiar soul band, Emotions, Walking the Line.
Okay, yeah.
Produced by Maurice White from Earth, Wind & Fire.
Is that the one where it goes, walking the line, walking the line?
I think this is more of a ballad.
Oh, no, sorry, I'm thinking of Dragging the Line.
We have Brian Ferry, You Go to My Head.
Okay.
Nice.
And we have Making Love and Music, Dr. Hook.
I know Tim's got a lot of Dr. Hook albums.
Oh, yeah.
Who that? Bowie, Young Americans.
Suffragette City, 2 great songs.
Yep.
And as you can see, I've shown this guy before. It was that DJ that wrote over the
Sesame Street Fever. Love it, love it, love it.
Sky High, Jigsaw.
Yeah, I have that Jigsaw album.
Sounds really nice. I would like to find that album one of these days. We have Cissy Houston, Whitney's mother.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Think it over. Don't Go Breaking My Heart.
Okay.
Don't Go Breaking My Heart. What's the B side for that one? Snow Queen. I don't think I know that one.
We have The Show Must Go On, Four Tops.
Ah.
Yet really, the negative side with this ABC Records singles is that they don't bother to write what is A and what is B on it.
Okay, so is that Three Dog Night there?
Pardon?
Is that Three Dog Night doing it?
The Show Must Go On and Running From Your Love. From 77.
What band is it?
Four Tops.
Oh, Four Tops, okay. because that's the same label that Three Dog Night was on, and they had the hit with "The Show Must Go On," a song written by Leo Sayer.
Olivia Newton-John.
Aha.
A little more
A little
love.
more love.
Nice.
And we have some. Columbia is horrible also to write was A and B. Boss Skaggs, what can I say?
Okay, yeah, I like Boss Skaggs.
And We're All Alone.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Tavares, Straight from the Heart.
Okay.
The Brecker Brothers. You Gotta Give It.
Okay.
And Dream Theme. And we have some more Dr. Hook here. This is Walked Right In.
Yep, good song.
Sexy Energy. More Kiki D and Elton John. Kiki D is singing. Amberesque. And we can all assume that the Sunset Rocket, Elton John has produced, and it Rocket Record Company is his label. So
yeah, I know that.
In it, even though Kiki D is the main singer.
Yeah, but there were other artists that recorded on his label, so.
Yeah. This is for my collection of cult classic stuff that you. Yeah, that's right, Calvin. It is a Queen song, also. Yes, Show Must Go On, but not the same song. For my collection of cult classics, singles that you wonder what the hell were they thinking. Mike Harding, Disco Vampire. A little weird. D.D. Jackson, Automatic Lover. This is a single that I was little doubting whether I should buy it because the single looks horrible, but I really wanted to have this on a 45 because it is a really awesome, one of my favorites from '78. So I, even though it looks the sleeve looks not all that good, very much written, I needed to have it since it costed me pretty much only 10 cents. Squeeze, Take Me, I'm Yours, their debut single.
Okay.
Well, you don't play the cover, you play the album.
Yeah.
So that's not too bad.
We have City Boy, Surgery Hours, Doctor. Now this is a clear sign of what's A and what is B. This one was also a horrible cover sleeve. The sleeve itself looked like this. It is Isaac Hayes' theme from Shaft.
Yeah.
But the cover, normally I wouldn't separate the cover sleeve from the original sleeve. But when it looked like that, I had to make an exception to save the singles. But I took a normal white cover sleeve instead.
Well, you have to remember that's from back in the 70s where they like to go shirtless.
Yeah. That was the singles. Now I have some vinyl. This is something that I bought for myself in Christmas present. A double album with Lester Young.
Okay.
Volume 2. Now you just need to get Volume 1.
Yeah. But those are I rarely get. It's not all that often that I get complete of those when it says Volume 2. I had to be satisfied with what I got. King Oliver, Papa Joe. Dire Straits, Love or Gold. Love over Gold.
Yeah, I have that. Wait, that's the one I don't have.
I listened to it actually a couple of days ago. It is a really good album. I'm not going to say it's the absolute best, but it is a really great album still.
Yeah, I know it's a good album. I
So
like some of the
what
songs
song
from it.
stands out on it, Jorgen? What's the
Huh?
best song on that Dire Straits?
I think the best songs are on the B side. The A side is more of the experimental side. The B side has more real songs. But I like Industrial Disease, actually. I like the title track.
Wow.
But it's really well made. So I give it 3 out of 5. And I have a bunch of CDs also. I bought this just before Christmas.
Chet Baker.
I found a third where Natalie Cole sings jazz with strings. And she also does a duet with her
I
father.
think I've heard that album. I think it's really good.
It is
God, I
really
can
relaxing,
remember.
really good actually. She sings "Walking My Baby Back Home" with her father.
Wow.
Charlie Parker
Yeah.
has
Heard
some
it.
pretty ordinary stuff, but it also has some stuff that I didn't have as before, so that's why I bought it. It's only costing me $1. So.
It's hard to beat that.
Nope.
No.
And Miles Davis
Oh yeah, I love Miles Davis.
from recorded in 1954. This is a really great one.
Sweet.
Now a couple that jazz that I normally don't buy because they're normally not in my league. This is my very first album by Ornette Coleman. Normally he is in a free jazz section, but this is very early from recording from 62. So I took a chance on it after listening to some quick peeks on the YouTube. This was supposed to be my first John Coltrane album live in Stockholm, which was why I bought it. Listen to it. 2 tracks is okay. 2 tracks are way too modern for my taste.
Yeah, I don't like the freeform jazz or whatever. A lot of it, or it seems like they're going all over on it. And
so I took it was a risk taker because it was from Stockholm, the live recording, but this will most likely not stay in the collection. Not often I buy classical music actually, but I like classical music, and I buy classical music when I see older recording. And this is Toscanini Concert Edition on Naxos Historical, playing Mendelssohn Violin Concerto on Wagner's Parsifal.
So what drew you to that one?
What? Pardon?
What drew you to this album, the classical?
This. Recorded in 1944.
Oh.
I like classical music. I like Baroque very much, but the problem is that they are so ordinary. I can't take every classical, so I skip it. But those are not so often you see older recordings, so those I can buy. This is Rolf Eriksson. He is a Swedish trumpet player that reached a very good international success. He lived in the USA for many years. He also played with all of the big ones. So he was one of Sweden's most successful jazz exports. This is an album from '97, original album where he plays with Swedish musicians for once. Among those, Swedish saxophone player Bernt Rosengren, rest in peace. He died in 2023. And this is a really, really great jazz album. Ellington Uptown.
okay.
Normally, I don't buy when it contains Take the A Train, but on the other hand, I also buy Ellington suites. So then I have to make myself a sacrifice when it comes to finding the controversial suites. And another Miles Davis, Milestones.
Wow.
And this contains John Coltrane, and I think John Coltrane is better when he is together with Miles Davis, actually, because then it sounds more like ordinary jazz. So that was some stuff that I have gotten just this recent. I don't know if you have seen this that I was about.
I have that one too.
Tug of War.
Yeah, Tug of War is a great album.
It is. It is really great album.
Though I don't have that one, so.
Many Beatles fans tend to say, "I sound too much '80s," but what can you do? What can you do? So that is some of the stuff that I've gotten.
Okay. Yeah. Well, James, did you see that I said about the last show? I had to go to the wrong one of my YouTube channels.
Oh.
Went to the book one instead of this one.
Oh. Yeah, I got something from you, but I don't remember what it was.
And then instead, I was, like I said, I was going to have that show that I spent like on New Year's weekend, that New Year's Eve weekend. I was going to get that on the group that I had on Facebook that I haven't done anything in for like 3 years, but then I decided to just do it that on my regular music Facebook account. So you and Jorgen couldn't see it, and Calvin. And
yeah, I couldn't see it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, now I remember what it was. Yeah, I couldn't see the actual Facebook account thing, whatever it was.
Yeah, so.
It said attachment unavailable.
Oh, okay. So, so do you guys have anything to
send an invite from it?
What's that?
Maybe you can send an invite, because I think you can invite people to the group.
Yeah, I thought I did,
but it didn't show up for me for some reason.
Yeah, well, if you clicked on it, I would have approved you too. It would show that you were requesting.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. So, did you have a good time with your daughter over the holidays, Tim?
Well, we saw her mainly for Christmas. My wife and I went up there the night before after my wife got off work because but we went up there, went to church, went to her church for the Christmas Eve service, and then my son and daughter-in-law came up on Christmas Day, and they came back home on Christmas Day. My wife and I stayed until that Tuesday.
Yeah, Jorgen showed me some beautiful pictures from last weekend from the New Year's Eve festival in the town square that he went to. But they couldn't have fireworks because they're banned because of animals being scared and stuff.
I can understand that. I wish that well, they're not supposed to be lighting fireworks around here, but everybody goes up to Wisconsin, buys fireworks, and
the interesting thing is that still a bonehead decided to. Well, we had police officers walking around the square now and then. We had 5, 6 police cars standing around, but still a bonehead decided there's going to be a damn fireworks, so I sacrificed myself. So he had a firework on the square anyway. Then actually, I think you want to go in and be caught by the cops. Then, if you do it there and there.
Yeah, but people see with me the fireworks is a big trigger for my migraines. And okay,
And
I
the
like it.
fireworks on the wall there is actually a fact. It isn't real thing.
Ah,
but see, actually, like with anybody with it, fireworks can set off anybody with PTSD. Also, like veterans and other people that have PTSD and.
As you can see, we had an extremely snowy New Year's Eve.
yeah, lots of snow. Well, thank God you don't have to shovel it.
No.
Leave that for the town.
Yeah.
Remember last year, Jorgen, you were complaining that there was so much ice around that people were slipping?
Yeah. It hasn't been quite as icy, but on the other hand, we had cold and snowstorms in a wonderful combination.
Yeah, you don't want to be wiping out on your butt.
Well,
I've slipped a few times on ice, and when you go up, Tim, you know it's going to hurt when you come down.
oh, believe me, I know what it's like.
Look at Jorgen. Oh my God. Yeah, you showed me that yesterday. I remember that one.
Like around a year after we moved into our apartment, our year and a half, we had snow, but we had some bad ice storms, freezing rain and stuff. And the people didn't come to plow in front of the drives at our apartment. And I ended up on my back once there and stuff. It was so slippery. And what was even worse, the day day before the freezing rain hit and stuff with the ice and stuff, my wife ended up having to go into the ER. It was that the evening before. And because she had to have an emergency gallbladder surgery, and so
I took some pictures at the thrift store on various little strange album covers there. So neither of them are American, but still they can be fun. This is a Swedish dancing orchestra.
Oh wow.
let me make it bigger.
Yeah, I can see it better. I like them all in the can of beans. That's funny.
No, I know mandlar. I don't know what mandlar.
Oh my God. Oh, you have to show those on my stream tomorrow too. I want to see Christopher's reaction.
I didn't buy these records though.
No, I want to see his reaction to the album covers.
Oh, but this German
Jubal Truhel Milowich. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but anyway.
Milowich is some kind of a James Lost wannabe. He looks like a kind of overweight LSD affected Groucho Marx brother.
He does.
Either that or sort of like a overweight Sammy Davis Jr.
Look at the pants on him.
Here's very interesting because before they were Jackson 5, they were a German accordion band known as.
Doesn't want to focus.
Hate.
Focus, Danielson. Focus.
Yeah, there were actually the 3 Jacksons.
Oh my God. Hey, that's original. The three Jackson.
I don't know. Is this Jermaine and Randy and Tito? Michael Jackson isn't born yet.
Or Janet.
It was one interesting I saw outside of a church here where I live. A nice little car.
Oh wow!
Damn. With a real odd license plate that says organ player on the license plate.
Oh.
Must be the church organist, huh?
There should be no doubt what this person has for
Wow.
to do for a living. More snow from New Year's Eve.
Ooh. What a beautiful night.
Maybe to look at it, but not to be in it.
No.
Well,
It is a beautiful photo you took.
yeah, I'm dreading for Monday though because I have a doctor's
that.
I have a doctor's appointment up in Madison on Monday, and the storm's supposed to come in then. And
Hey Santa, your reindeer are missing.
This is from our shopping city outside of this main city, where IKEA is. You can make me small if you want to.
okay,
Yeah, sometimes I keep forgetting I'm co-hosting, and I feel like, oh wait, I gotta make you small, but I can't.
But it was an interesting New Year's Eve with a slideshow over the history of our city, because my city is celebrating 400 years this year.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Kind of effectful.
Yeah.
The problem we have is that most stores in our city is moving out to the shopping city outside of the city. So the main city is soon almost empty.
yeah, I think where I live, it's like Rockford. It's they just had the first, like the second list there. First, I can't remember how many years. It's like 250 years or something like that. And
Yeah.
The problem is that Sundsvall, for many people outside of the city in other parts of Sweden, is most famous for. In 1888, the city burned down. It was then made of wood. And after that, it was built by stone, and now that's why they call the Stone City. And we have nagged about this fire now for 9 million times, but never spoken anything of how was the life in Sundsvall before the fire. So I hope that this celebration actually brings out something that is more than just a fire.
Yeah. Well, I remember a couple of Christmases ago, we had a flood in the basement because I went down to get something or do something, and there was water in the back room because the sump pump seized. And I had to go get my neighbor who's Polish. His name is Emil. So I got dressed. Okay, we just had a bit of a freezing rain outside, and I didn't know that the front steps were all icy. So I step out there, and I'm like, I
and you're
slipped.
back right away, huh?
I went right up in the air. I was like, oh crap. I was like, no. And I had to make sure my head landed in the snow because I would have hit my head on the concrete and I would have been unconscious. Nobody would have found me. Well, no, wait. I was in my pajama bottoms. Yeah, that made it even worse. And so I went up. Boom. I was like, on my back, and the half in the snow and half in the on the cement. I was like, oh God. I said, how the hell am I going to get to Emil's house after I just wiped out? You know what I did? I had to change all my stuff, my clothes, my underwear, and everything because it was all drenched from the snow. I had to climb down the snowbank, down the side of the hill in the snow just to get to his house. And I got there, and guess what? Rang the doorbell. He wasn't even home. Then I went home, climbed up the snowbank again, up the hill to get into the house. And I said, Mom, I just wiped out and I got over to Emil's and he wasn't home. So I did the next best thing. I called my other friend, Rick Ome, and told him what happened. I told him how I wiped out and hurt my back and everything. He says, I'm coming over. I have a pump. I'll come over and help you with the in the back room. I'll help you get the flood situated. And he came over. My nephew was there, and we were all in the back room helping out. And I tried my best. And then we all sat around and had beers after, and it was fun.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's James.
Yeah. But boy, that ever hurt when I came down. I was like, oh God. And my mom and my aunt were panicking in the house trying to figure out what to do. And I go and put my back out. It was not fun, I'll tell you that much.
I know what it's like.
And yes, there were tears in my. I didn't cry, but there were tears in my eyes from the pain because it was not fun. Have you ever done something like that, Jorgen?
No, I've never been a part of a flood.
No, I mean wiping out on the ice, like going right up and coming down hard.
I done my slipper every now and then. Yes, I think I did one last year. But I never been hitting myself that hard. So
the worst part was going down the sloping driveway once with my dog who passed away, as you know, Sadie. I was at my friend's house. He invited me over for beer and lunch, and we were watching movies all day. And it was slippery going down the sloping driveway going down. I had to jump with Sadie into a snowbank just to jump in the snow so I wouldn't wipe out. Then I had to hold on to her very carefully to go around because she was going down the driveway fast because she's got claws, so she had grip. I didn't. I was sliding, and I said, I'm gonna fall. So I grabbed Sadie tight on the leash, and I jumped her and pulled her to the side into the snow, and I made it up to the front door. And I said, I just about wiped out in the driveway. He says, you want a beer? I'm like, let me catch my breath first. I'm like, then I'll get a beer. Let me sit down for a few minutes and catch my breath, and then I'll relax, and then we'll get into this. Yeah, but that was scary. But at least I didn't fall that time, because I would have had no snowbank to make sure my head landed in something soft, because I would have hit the driveway, and that would have been like, uh-oh. But you know what? Sadie would have been there. Well, I think I let go of Sadie. Yeah, I had to let go of Sadie to jump in the snow. But Sadie didn't run away on me. She stayed right by my side to make sure I was okay. Because dogs do that. They protect you. They make sure that their master is going to take care, that their master is okay. Because animals can sense things when something's wrong. Or one time I was walking her, and all these beautiful deer, the mother, the babies, were coming across the street to the other side. And Sadie's like, going like this, trying to get at them, to attack them, to save me, to protect me. I'm like, Sadie, they're going to kill us because they come out. They can kill you because they come out so fast. It's like right across the street to the other side to the woods. So that's kind of scary. I'm like, no, Sadie, I have to pull her back. I'm like, no, you're not going to go after them, because she was like, trying to get at them. Yeah, we've had coyotes around here. We've had a moose go down my street once, and they have big antlers. They can do damage with those things. Let me tell you, you don't want to piss off a moose.
Now we don't.
She can do.
We don't have moose over this way. At times we get elk come that end up down here from Wisconsin. They recently had to chase one out off a busy highway. highway patrol had to do that, or sheriff.
Yeah, and we also have porcupines. We have raccoons.
Who
We have
doesn't have
foxes.
raccoons?
I heard foxes are very aggressive at times.
Yeah, that can be.
We have bears here too, because they go after the garbage cans.
Yeah, of course, you live up in Canada.
Well, yeah, the bears, and they're strong too. They sometimes well, now we put it in the garage and we have a key to get in there. When I have to put the garbage in there or put the garbage out for the garbage men to come, and they've knocked over the garbage can. They take the garbage bag right out and pull it, drag it across the back lawn and into the woods to see what's in there, what they can eat. Because don't forget, we're in the country area, so we're taking down all their habitat with people building houses around the place. So they're losing their home. So of course they're going to wander around the area and try to see if people got food. I mean, those things. Have you seen a bear's claws? They can rip you in half. They can cut you like a fish. You'll be like, you'll be dead in seconds. So they say the best thing to do if you approach a wild bear, play dead. And if you play dead, then
I
they'll
heard
leave you
that
alone.
playing dead is a myth.
Really?
Yeah, that you want to make as much noise as possible.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, it scares them away.
Oh. So if you bang on a lid or something, bang, 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 hey!
Yeah.
Because you don't want them standing up like they do and they go, because then you're in trouble. You're like, oh crap! I
But
better start.
no, I'm not that familiar with how animals work. But isn't that mainly when you come across a mother and her kid?
Yeah, the cub.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they protect the young. That's when you have to run for the hills. But I'd never want to shoot an animal. But if I had to in self-defense, I might have to. But I wouldn't want to kill an animal because then I feel guilty. Because I don't like all those poachers that go out and shoot the animals because they can. I think it's wrong. But that's just me.
That the only animals I killed was like raccoons crossing the road in the middle of the night while I'm driving.
And remember, with Davy Crockett, he killed him a bear when he was only 3.
Here in Sweden, every October we have a special moose hunt that many does. I never been doing that. I have no interest in killing animals either, but it is a kind of tradition for many to go on a moose hunt in a week in mid-October.
Well, they have deer season here and duck season. Because sometimes out in the woods you can hear gunshots and stuff, and so you don't want to be camping out in the woods because you could be mistaken for something and get shot.
Yeah, and sometimes for with this hunting and stuff, it's to help out because they're getting overpopulated and they want to thin out the population some.
Yeah,
I think that is like the main reason for the moose hunt here also.
And you don't want to meet up with Smokey the Bear because he won't be nice like the cartoon. He'll kill you because you're in his habitat, and he'll knock you into next week. It's true. So, out of all the stuff I showed you today, Tim, what gift do you think was the coolest I got?
I don't know. Are you going to try seeing if you can get by showing you how trying to drive and show the Elvis driver's license?
Oh yeah, I'm going to show all that tomorrow, definitely. But this was something that blew my mind. I just love this thing. Like, look at the detail on this. Like, this is die cast, but this is just amazing. And I saw there's little sticker tapes here on the top of the hood and the trunk. So I'm guessing that I don't know if it'll show up too well because of the glare. if you can see the tape too well, but it's there. Oh, there it is. You can see it. And so I'm guessing that the hood pops open. You can see the engine inside, but I'm not going to take this out of the box ever. It's staying in here because that's where it belongs. Excuse me. But I just love this. This is like, wow. And I bet it was bloody expensive too.
And you know what you say when you get
small.
You know what you say when you get those things. You're saying, "Thank you very much, thank you very much."
Thank you very much. Calvin says, "You try to kill Bullwinkle."
Who?
Bullwinkle the moose. You know the cartoon Bullwinkle.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Rocky the flying squirrel. You never seen Bullwinkle?
I don't think that cartoon made it here to Sweden.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's a famous one. Tim and I know what it is. Doc knows Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah, you're in the right part of the world. The world where cartoons are made.
Well, you have to remember, Doc lives right by Michigan.
You also have to remember that
you can get Michigan TV stations.
You have to remember that I'm grown up in the 70s and 80s Sweden, where we didn't import all that much necessarily. We imported the most important things, but it was a little slower importations.
But no, you imported stuff. You imported stuff like Benny Hill.
Oh, you have to remember that back in the days we had only 2 channels in Sweden.
Yep.
And they weren't broadcasting 24/7 either.
Well, so that was like here in the U.S., but was mainly when I was a kid. It was 3 TV stations in the area. Only one of them was in my hometown. We could get 2 others, but those were the 3 networks, 3 main networks, and we didn't even have public TV or PBS except for educational channel until in the 70s. So, but that at midnight they go off the air.
I remember those days, and then they'd have the national anthem.
Yep.
I don't know if they did that in Canada here. I think they did.
They
but then now go all night and all day. Now you can get them 24/7, and none of them go off the air.
Yeah, they pretty much have news all night.
Yeah, well, they have late night movies and stuff too.
I googled on these Rocky and Bullwinkle, and I can say that I may have seen pictures of them once before, but I have never seen any kind of cartoons with them. I don't recognize that at all. So I don't think it was important to Sweden.
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my head. Again!
You might be able to find some of those cartoons on the internet somewhere.
Yeah, they had the Rocky and Bullwinkle show, and it also had Dudley Do-Right in there. And Boris and Natasha.
And Sherman and Professor, whatever.
Peabody.
Yeah, Peabody.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Peabody and Sherman.
There are about 9 million different cartoons that I had to go through. There are some that only lasted for 1 or 2 seasons. I'm going to give a chance and check out also. So,
did you have the Pink Panther cartoons, Jorgen?
Yes, we had. I have all of them I downloaded all of them to a USB.
And of course, they had the Disney ones.
Let's just say that I have downloaded only those that are old. I haven't downloaded those that are from the late 70s and forward. Only the original ones from the 50s.
Yeah,
I remember once they had one. The Pink Panther show was on every day after school when I come home, and he get in this pink car. He's the Pink Panther. Join the Pink Panther for the cartoon show or something like that.
No, with me, when I was a kid, when we got home from school, everybody would have to be all the kids should be in front of their TVs at 4 o'clock for a show called Bart's Clubhouse. It was just a local one, but they show like Popeye cartoons and stuff like
wow.
that out there.
What I liked about those original Pink Panther cartoons were that, what I like about it is that they take different directions every now and then, and they experiment with different kind of weird things, and they aren't totally predictable. Sometimes they are.
Yeah.
You never know where they're going to go. That's what I like about it.
And there's no talking in them, so.
Some of them, I heard what there's one Pink Panther where he's supposed to get into a kind of wall, some kind of a military facility where he actually talks. That's the only cartoon that he talks in.
Oh wow. And I used to watch this show back in Montreal because we had French channels, and every Saturday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon there was a show called Bagatelle, and they had all the Hanna-Barbera cartoons but in French, like Wally Gator and Yogi Bear and all those things, but it was all in French.
Snagglepuss.
Yeah, and they had Laurel and Hardy cartoons too.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Stanley. It was funny in French.
I remember when I grew up, we had
like they also had Three Stooges cartoons.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, I remember that.
I remember that when I grew up, we had in Sweden a little program for I think it was it 10 minutes or 15 minutes called Tecknade Pärlor, Animated Pearls, where they showed, I think, 2 or 3 cartoons from Warner Bros. It could be one Bugs Bunny, one Tom and Jerry, and another one.
Just the Looney Tunes one.
Yeah, like that. So I remember that those, but as the years grew, I realized that Disney was a lot stronger and more had more to give me than the eternal hunting that goes on in Warner Brothers movies. It's just and explosions and everything. Disney's a little more imaginative.
Now I got the Tom and Jerry show song stuck in my head. You know, when I went da na 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 na. It's the Tom and Jerry show. Remember that?
Yeah, I have vague memories of it.
Well, I remember you used to like Snagglepuss.
Yeah.
One of the Hanna-Barbera characters. The exit stage left.
If you look like, I know that they are extremely popular, Roadrunner and Willy Coyote, but they were fun 2 or 3 times, but then every episode looks pretty much the same. That is the problem, I think.
Well, my all-time favorite, and I've said it lots of times, I'm going to repeat myself again. The one where the coyote dresses up in the Batman suit and flies off the cliff, that's always been one of the funniest moments for me. And I cry and laugh so hard every time I see that because he's not paying attention. He's trying to show off and he wants to chase the Roadrunner, but he's like, goes off the cliff, and he's like this, and he goes off. It's the sound effects when he's flying with the flapping of the wings, and he's got his eyes closed. He goes into the other side of the cliff, smacks his head, and goes down. Then you hear the famous.
With me, it was with that one was all the Acme gadgets that Wile E. Coyote would get.
Yeah.
I think my favorite, I actually have one favorite moment in Roadrunner. Is one that Roadrunner Coyote is hanging up some kind of a huge rock over a passage that is supposed to fall down on Roadrunner, flatten him. But Roadrunner, of course, is too fast. Boom. The rock doesn't fall, and all of a sudden, Coyote stands under and put it with some kind of a stick. Wondering why doesn't it fall? And then he realized, holding up a sign that says, "Oh my God, what the devil am I doing?"
Or when a big boulder is going to land on him, he has that little umbrella over his head to think it's going to protect him, and all of a sudden,
I think the extremely when it holds up the sign, when it come to realize, why the hell am I doing this with a stick? Am I stupid?
I love it. That's too funny. Yeah, I always loved the Roadrunner. And remember the one with what's the dog? Good morning, Ralph. And the dog there, the sheepdog and the coyote goes after the sheep, and they're friends, and then he beats the crap out of the coyote, and then the whistle blows for the day to be over from their shift. See you tomorrow, Ralph. See you tomorrow, whatever the other guy's name was.
Well, yeah. See, I'm older than you two, but I remember watching the Monkeys on Saturday mornings.
I used to watch the Monkeys in reruns.
I mean the originals.
Well, yeah, because you were living in that era. I was only born in '69, so I only saw it when it was in syndication, like the repeats of all the Monkeys. Because every day at 12 noon, after the Flintstones, my sister and I didn't want to go back to school. We wanted to stay home, watch Gilligan's Island at 12, and then at 12:30 they had the Monkeys.
Yeah, but with me, like we used to have like Leave It to Beaver when we got home and stuff like that. Leave It to Beaver or Hazel.
And I used to watch My Three Sons. Remember that show?
I was watching that some the other was it yesterday or the day before? I was watching it on Pluto.
And then there was another show I used to watch. Well, in the mornings on ABC back in the 70s or 80s, my sister and I used to watch My Three Sons with Fred McMurray, and we also used to watch what's it called? I Love Lucy.
Oh yeah.
And they show those in the morning. If we were both sick at the same time or we had holidays, my mom would make us our cereal and we'd go sit down and we'd watch those shows. And every morning, I think it was 9:00 in the morning in the 80s, we'd always watch Little House on the Prairie.
My mom and dad have watched Little House on the Prairie 9 million times over and over. I think they know exactly every episode there is. I'm still watching it every now and then.
And then you can go to your mom and say, "Oh, this is the episode where Mary goes blind. She's been blind a lot of times." I mean, it gets repetitive. I mean, it was a great show, but so how many times can you watch it? The only person I couldn't stand was Mrs. Harriet Olsen, the one that worked at the Mercantile. She was so annoying. I wanted some outlaws to gun her down. That's how much I couldn't stand her.
See, with me, my dad was into westerns. Like when I remember when he used to always watch like the Virginian and Gunsmoke and Bonanza, about like Calvin.
And what about Rawhide?
I think you watched that some, and I think the Big Valley also.
And Nellie Olsen, Harriet Olsen may be a bit annoying, but on the other hand, she's pretty much the only one who gives this show some kind of a character. In all of this very sweet and sugar wise and go happy, she's the only one that gives it some kind of a salt in that series.
That's one thing I like having these streaming channels, these streaming streaming sites where I can watch these old TV shows and stuff.
I was watching Saturday mornings. I was watching Transformers and Mask.
Oh yeah.
Not Jim Carrey's Mask. The one with the cars.
Yeah,
Okay.
Autobots. I used to watch that too. Transformers.
I'm still a huge fan of original Transformers G1. So
Yeah,
I
from the 80s. Yeah, that was a classic
Yeah.
show.
My
if
son
I can find that box set, DVD box set, I would. The problem is that I had it in my hand. We had a video store before that took home various kind of old video stuff, and they took home a box set of Transformers G1. I looked at it. No, it's too expensive, and put it back. Do you think I regret it today?
I think you're kicking yourself right now, Jorgen, over not getting it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think you can watch the whole series, the full episodes on YouTube.
I know
I'm not mistaken.
Hasbro has put up all episodes, so they're all here. I have
and G.I. Joe and
Yeah, G.I. Joe. And when I was
G.I. Joe
my
was
cousin was.
G.I. Joe was made by the same persons, the same company that had that they Transformers. So some songs, some musical themes that you hear in the background Transformers, you can hear in G.I. Joe as well.
Yeah,
because they were made by the same company.
And then we were watching Transformers once. Me and my cousin. Well, we were in our 20s or something, and they had all reruns, and we put it on, and we started making up our own funny lyrics to the show. We're going, Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers will poke you in the eye. Of course, we'd had a couple of beers, so we wanted to make the song funny. But I used to love that show.
And some actors was also in voice acting in both Transformers and G.I. Joe also.
Oh, yeah.
And in the Transformers movie, not the cartoon one from '85. I'm talking about the first one that came out in 2007.
Michael Bay.
Yeah. Optimus Prime. That's the same voice from the cartoon.
That's Peter Cullen.
Yeah. He did the voice for a couple of the Transformers movies because I have all five.
He's made Optimus Prime for every Michael Bay movie that Optimus Prime has been in.
Yeah, I have all of them except the new one, Beast, whatever it is. I haven't even seen that one yet.
I've seen the two first. They're okay as a movie, but they are way too much effects for my taste.
But to have the original voice for Optimus Prime, that's amazing.
Yeah, he has done Optimus Prime a couple of times also.
Like
he has done it in
he
modern
made
cartoons.
that whole movie.
He has done it in more modern cartoons also.
Oh yeah.
He knows he is connected to Optimus Prime these days, and he's trying to make the best out of it.
And you know the DJ Casey Kasem, who did all the radio shows, Tim.
Scooby-Doo.
He also did the voice of Shaggy on Scooby-Doo.
And he also made the voice to one of the cars in Transformers.
Really?
But the problem was that they had an episode in Transformers where they had some kind of an Arabs being kind of a bad guys, and Casey Kasem jumped off the show all of a sudden because he thought it was too much racism in it. So it was a kind of a controversial thing, where Casey Kasem all of a sudden quit.
Well, I don't know whether you two remember this or not. This was back in the late 70s, early 80s. There was a Nancy Brew and Hardy Boys series.
Hardy Boys to me is a wrestling tag team.
I remember that show, Tim. I used to watch it.
Well, there was one where they were at a convention in Hollywood, and Casey Kasem was in it.
Yeah, he's been everywhere.
Where's that hammering coming from?
The neighbor upstairs.
You should sing the song by Peter, Paul and Mary. If I had a hammer, I would hammer on your ceiling.
No, I've been reading a lot of Transformers. I've been listening to Swedish Transformers pods, and I can't recognize how many times I've seen the 1985 movie.
For apartment buildings, I really think they should soundproof things so nobody hears anybody.
Yeah, well, you can't. The neighbor upstairs wants to put up a shelf or or a painting. I guess I can't do anything about it.
No, as long as they don't come crashing through your ceiling.
Well,
Hey, mind if I drop in?
It's a little bit calmer though than the previous neighbor I had. That all of a sudden on Friday evenings decided to put. He was a DJ, so he put up some loud music all of a sudden in the afternoon when I was trying to take my nap. Then I want to.
Oh yeah, we've had people below us like that, or what made us even better was used to have kids that would always come ring our doorbell, take off running, then come back and ring it again.
Wow.
I had
doing it.
Previous, I think about 10, 15 years ago, so I had kids doing that too here. Then I got fed up, so I was lurking at the door, watching the keyhole, saw them when they were trying to get to the doorbell, and I then open up. Stop doing that! And he looks like,
or like they leave chicken bones sitting right in front of our door.
And he did then Jorgen, he must have done the Steve Urkel line. Did I do that?
You really think they would understand that? They were 9 or 10.
Oh.
But interesting thing is, I think it was around 15 years ago, above me, I had a neighbor that all of a sudden you hear sexual moaning upstairs.
Oh, that happened to me when I was sleeping over at my friend's apartment back in 91. We were playing Nintendo. He was playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. All I hear upstairs is people moaning and having sex in the bed. And I'll never look at La Bamba the same way again because La Bamba was playing upstairs when they're doing. The bed was going boom, boom, boom. We thought the bed was coming through the ceiling. That's how loud it was. And all you hear is la 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 Bamba. I was like, oh my god.
That was one hell of a romantic music they had. I can think of 9 million other songs that are more romantic.
And my friend Sean and I were looking at each other. We were killing ourselves laughing. I'm like, I don't know if I'm traumatized by La Bamba now. If I never want to hear this song again, I don't know.
And I thought that Ravel's Bolero was weird enough.
Because he woke me up to say, "Hey, James, I just finished Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles." I said, "Did you record it on the VCR?" He says, "No, I forgot to do that." And that's when I woke up. We were talking, and that's when what happened upstairs. I was like, "Okay, this is weird." So every time I hear La Bamba, I laugh, but I don't tell people why.
Well, it's nothing shameful about it either, so you can.
Oh no! Hey,
it's not like you were there watching it.
No, as long as the bed doesn't come crashing through your ceiling, that would be traumatizing. Oh my God! Gouged my eyes out. What did I just see?
Beds are burning.
Damn straight, yeah. That's a good song. Beds are burning. I like that. Midnight Oil.
No, please. I'm fed up with it 9 million times.
And the other song that they played too much was that. Remember that song?
I listened to Crash Test Dummies all over before Midnight Oil.
Yeah, but that song got a little annoying too.
It is some summer nostalgia from that summer. Crash Test Dummies.
Yeah.
They say that Brad Roberts had one hell of an annoying voice, but it's unusual. It is, but it is I don't understand how they can name it the worst song, one among the worst songs ever. I think it's a cool song.
I like the Superman song. Superman never made any money saving the world from Solomon Grundy.
I never heard that. I only heard The only one of the few other songs I've heard with Crash Test Dummies is the follow-up that was a cover of XTC's Ballad of Peter Pumpkinhead.
Oh yeah, the Ballad of Peter Pumpkinhead. That's a good song. Yeah, I remember at 3:00 in the morning hearing that lying in the back seat of my cousin's car as we're going up to the country to see her mom, and I heard "Hooray for Peter Pumpkinhead," and I'm lying on the back seat sleeping, and I hear the song come on. This is like in the summer of '92.
British XTC did the original, and then in '94, Crash Test Dummies did a cover of it.
The worst song in the '90s or 2000s. I hated the song every time it came on. My neighbor across the street, their daughter Amanda, used to play it a lot, and I say, "Turn that friggin' thing off, or I'm gonna break it." Boom bop, ba doo bop, boom bop. I hated that Hanson song. It was a piece of crap song. I was like, oh.
You mean Bop?
Yeah, I hated that song so much.
Man,
So-
it's
or how about Ted Thumpin'?
What?
Ted Thumpin'.
Oh, Ted. Yeah, Tub Thumping. Yeah, I remember that song.
I hated Tub Thumping when it came, but now in the older days I realized that hey, it's a pretty cool and uplifting song.
Yeah.
But the
worst Eminem rap song that was ever made was "I'm Slim Shady, yes I'm the real Shady. All the other Slim Shadys are just imitating. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up." And I kept singing in the song, "Please shut up. Please shut up."
That's how I was with
to
it.
name the worst Eminem song. I mean, I can't. To me, they're all piece of crap, all of them.
Yeah.
I know that naming the worst song of the '90s, there are a lot of names there. I can name the entire catalog from Nirvana or Metallica, but I think that the one that kills me is Cranberries' "Zombie." Zombie. Oh,
I like that song, "Zombie." That was one of their biggest hits.
Yeah, and I hate it. I freaking hate her voice there. Cranberries did one really great album, '99, Bury the Hatchet. That is a great album. But I hate Zombie because she sings so false and it's just standing and yelling. Zombie, oh.
Was she making love while she's singing the song?
Exactly what I'm wondering for years.
Was she sounding sort of like Yoko Ono singing?
Well, maybe not quite as bad as that. Because Yoko is worse than anybody we know when it comes to singing, Tim. This is Yoko. She calls that art and singing. I call it a cat being strangled. And another Eminem song I can't stand is "All the Trailer Park Girls go round the outside, round the outside." I mean, what does that mean?
Let's just say that if I'm going to name the best Eminem song, that would be to look at 5 pieces of horse manures and try to figure out which of these 5 horse manure clicks is the best. You don't do that if you're normal.
Or smells the best.
Exactly. You don't do that if you're normal.
Yeah, see, like I say, I have never really got into rap or hip hop. Well, there's a little bit of Christian rap that I got into, but that's about it.
You heard the cult classic. It is an older couple that made their own Christian couple. I think they're some kind of a priest or owners of a religious party in the South. They made some kind of a rap song, their own Christian rap song, where the lyrics go, and I quote, "Jesus Christ is my nigga. He's the original OG."
Oh my God.
I'm going to send that video to you one day because the video is so free. You're laughing your ass off because it's so horrible.
Well, yeah, see the Christian one that group I'm talking about is DC Talk, where they have pretty much transformed it from rap more into rock. when they had during the time they were together.
I remember when all the city buses and school buses were on strike in 1987, and one of our friends' fathers had to drive us all to school, and we were in the back seat. My sister, her friend Nancy, and I forget who else was in the back seat with us, and it just came out, this song by Fleetwood Mac. It was called Big Love. And
Oh yeah,
all you kept hearing in there was ah um
I don't know how that one got to be a hit. I never cared for it.
I love that song, but I don't see any kind of offensive in it. It is sound. It is kind of sound effects. I love that song. It is a really great piece of music from the 80s. One of my favorite Fleetwood Mac's albums, after Rumors, of course.
and then the got really fast in the song after and it kept going. We're all sitting in the back seat like, what the hell is this? And we're all laughing.
If they made it with some kind of a passion or some kind of energy with it, it would be something. But it sounds robotic. I mean, you can't get offended by that.
And like, if you listen to "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree" by Brenda Lee, sometimes you can misinterpret the lyrics. Okay, excuse my language. I'm going to swear for a second because this is what it sounds like. And a lot of people have said this too about the song. Later we'll have some fucking pie and do some caroling. That's what it sounds like, because what she's really saying is later we'll have some pumpkin pie and do some caroling. But what I just did, that's what it really sounds like when she sings it, because it's going so fast. You don't know what the lyric is. You don't know if she's saying effing or if she's saying pumpkin. Next time you listen to it, you'll get what I mean. You'll be like, oh my God, it does sound like that, when it really isn't. I apologize, Tim, for swearing there for a second, but I just want to tell you that's what most people
like
interpret from that song sometimes.
Jimi Hendrix song when Purple Haze, when you think they're singing, excuse me, why I kiss this guy. Kiss the Sky is, of course, the real.
Yeah, and some people misinterpret in the song by the Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand. And when I touch you, I feel happy inside. It's such a feeling that my love. I get high. That's what they think, but it's I can't hide. And Bob Dylan said, ooh, how did you get that past the censors on the radio to say I get high? And that's maybe after when he wrote Everybody Must Get Stoned.
On the other hand, if you get high, but by the person you love holding your hand, that's a total different kind of.
Well, yeah, and look at Break On Through to the Other Side. There's an edited version in the studio version, and then there's an unedited studio version. And the edited one, he goes, she gets, and it goes doom doom doom. She gets, and then on the unedited version, she gets high. She gets high.
To be honest, it's interesting how it was offensive these days, and today all rappers singing about taking drugs and getting high. I mean, you had Afrojack singing a song called "Because I Got High." Because I got high.
Well, and you have even some of the language they use in it, there you're surprised that they can do it. Some of the swearing and stuff that they use.
And you had Eminem and the group he had, D12, singing about purple pills. And MTV were the only one who got offensive by it, so they had to change it to Purple Hills in order to get it.
Hello, Christopher.
Hi, Christopher.
Hello.
Well, Christopher, I'll be doing my first stream of 2024 tomorrow, so I hope you'll stop by and support.
Yeah,
and come see us, and maybe if you're a good boy, Jorgen, you can talk about some music together.
Well, I don't have anything to show this week because I haven't. It's closed today, and I haven't been to a thrift store before this year. So I don't have any new to show.
Yeah, he said he got here in time for seeing us finish it. We'll be stopping in around a little over 5 minutes, and
yeah, this is a good stream today. This is a good welcome back to 2024, Tim. We're doing great today. We're having fun. And look, Christopher, I got Elvis's driver's license.
Just a minute, I'll like you.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, I faked my death, but I'm still Elvis Presley. See, this is my license. Yeah, for my car. Yeah, for my pink Cadillac Fleetwood. Yeah, my 1955 one. Yeah. So I'm gonna go out for a drive now because I got my license here and I'm ready to go. All right.
I like your American accent.
You do. All right, Jorgen, give me your best Elvis voice accent.
You're asking the impossible.
I'm sure you could do it. Go on, give it a go.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to just sing a fantastic song called "One Night with You," and that is the final song of the evening.
That's pretty good. I'm my wife Priscilla. She loves when I sing because I got high, because I got high, because I got high with a hunk of burning love. But in the 70s, there was some controversial things, and I don't know how they got it past the censors on All in the Family. I mean, look at all the racism and stuff that was in that show, and they got away with it with Archie Bunker. I don't know how they did that.
I recognize the name, but that's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Archie!
But they came back with it because like they had a spin-off from it where when they had with the Jeffersons.
Yeah, and then they had Archie Bunker's place, but that wasn't as good as the original All in the Family, or he owned that bar or something. But the original Archie Bunker show was the best, All in the Family. But what they got on that show, that wouldn't fly today. Well, all the stuff they got away with on that show, like the racism and how he was against the black people and that, you do something like that in this day and age, you're gonna get yourself in a lot of hot
On the other
water.
hand, I assume that they understood that it was acting and not real.
But still, doing those subjects was a taboo. I mean, you've never seen it before, but Tim knows where I'm going with this. Tim knows what I'm talking about because we both seen that show, and so has Joe Mayo. So we know what the show was about.
But also you see out these shows now like the black ones where they're like that too. So.
Well, actually, The Simpsons has got away with a lot of stuff that they shouldn't have. Also,
But also to take Simpson in defense, a lot of it has to also do with that their comments on society. It's not meant to be offensive. It's meant to be a satire, b a kind of a comment on the society. So it's not meant to be offensive and make fun of people like that. It's meant to be some kind of a political society comment.
I remember watching an episode of that cartoon Family Guy, and Peter Griffin's in the front seat with his daughter Meg, and they're driving through Vermont. There's this big billboard sign on the side of the road that says, "Vermont, the best place to die skiing." I was like, "What?"
But Simpsons actually have removed that Indian quickie mark guy.
Yeah.
I love that poo.
They have removed it because the one who acted him took offense. So he said, "I will never do that character again," and then they removed it. Just like that. So
I didn't know that because he was a funny character. He reminded me of my first boss I had in a video store. His name was Iqbal.
So they were seeing him as too stereotypical. So they were then Matt Groening removed him.
Yeah. But
they don't. The interesting is that they didn't kill him off or anything. They just removed him, and the future of him is very unsure at the moment. He may come back. He may not come back. We don't know.
And Have you ever watched South Park?
I hate South Park. I think that
Oh.
it's a horrible cartoon. So
The
I
stuff
have
they
to
got
know.
away on, they got away with on that show. It's like, what the hell? It's like,
Okay.
That
Well,
was one of the reasons why Isaac Hayes, who played Chef, quit, because he didn't like how they were portraying, because he was what was it, Muslim, or was he Catholic? He was some religious that they were poking fun of it. So he quit, and they killed the chef off.
might
Yeah,
have been
remember
Islamic or something.
hello there, children.
Okay.
Hi there,
well,
chef.
But I think that South Park is so horrible drawn, so I can't watch South Park. I hate South
Well,
Park.
that's done. That's done for a reason.
Well, I'd say it's time to end this, and we can come back to this stuff in a later episode or whatever. And
Yeah, it was nice reminiscing about the old TV shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I really apologize for swearing up before, Tim.
that's okay.
It was a quote. It was a quote.
Yeah, because it was a quote I wanted to make, so I had to apologize for cursing for a minute, because I want to just tell you what it sounds like, but it does sound like that. But you know
Yeah.
what? Now we're going to say goodbye from Casey and Finnegan and me, Mr. Dressum. No, just kidding. I've always wanted to do that.
Okay, so thank you all of you, both James and Jorgen, for coming on the panel, and also for all of you that joined in the peanut gallery.
Yeah.
So,
thank you for being here.
So until next time, take it easy and keep on rocking.
Yeah. Peace and love, everybody. And we did it.